Isaiah, is there any way you undersell the importance of maybe Neek's first 10 minutes and everything he did that seemed to give the team energy and morale of the crowd?
Huge, locked in from the jump. And so that was something that we challenged ourselves as a team in the locker room, in our huddles before we went out for the tip, is can we just execute out the gate? Can we be locked in out the gate? Can we do our job out the gate, not let it take us 3, 4, 5 minutes to figure out, all right, this is a high-level basketball game against a really good opponent. And he did that. And he carried us through the first half and large parts of the second half as well, just making plays on both ends whenever he wasn't fouling. So, yeah.
I know Neek in the outside world, a lot of people made a big deal out of what happened in your last game. Was there any internal talk about that, or was tonight just let's go out and play our brand?
I mean, yeah, it was an unfortunate situation that happened. A lot went wrong for us that game. We learned from it. But ultimately, we just moved on to the next one. We knew we had a tough opponent coming in to our place. We had to protect home court, so we just moved on and did what we were supposed to do.
What were the last few days like in moving on and preparing for this game?
We tried to just get our mind off of it. We went and played kickball. We just did some things to just get our minds right, have some fun, get back to being who we are. And I think that helped us and brought us closer together. So, and then we got in, of course, and did practice and got ready for San Diego State too. So, I think it paid off.
Both of you guys had great offensive performances here tonight, but looking on the defensive end, how proud of you guys of the team for the defensive effort that you guys showed here tonight?
I think it was big time. We know how good of a team they are. They're relentless. They got guys that can make shots from all 3 levels, regardless of who you're talking about. So we knew how important it was going to be to have a good start on them early and then also withstand some of those haymakers that they throw throughout courses of games whenever they get some of those touchdowns, or we call them pick sixes, where you get the steal and you're all by yourself and stuff like that. So withstanding those runs and blows, and I feel like we were pretty solid after those.
How impressive were Pat, Joel, and Rashawn on the D?
Big time. And I'm saying that about everything right now. But, I mean it. They knew what the challenge was going in. We didn't shortchange how good these guys were at all. Maybe we hyped it up even more so that way we really understood what this matchup was going to look like for us. And they responded no other way that you would have expected out of them. And they accepted the challenge and made plays for us.
Your initial burst started really with offensive rebounds and that leading to additional points for you guys. When you get plays like that early on in a game, does it kind of fuel what you feel like you can do on a night?
I think it definitely gives you energy as a player. I knew we needed to get back to starting off right. We've been a little slow at the start of games, like Zay was saying. So I was just trying to do my part, and I feel like the rest of my teammates did what they were supposed to do as well. So we started off strong, and it just kind of continued throughout the whole game. So we just gotta keep being consistent about doing that.
You guys talked about getting out to a fast start, and it matched your best 10 minutes in conference play, your first 10 minutes. It matched your best first half in conference. You just felt like that was a key, that energy had to be there early?
Absolutely. And it's probably more so the energy than making and missing shots. Obviously that varies from game to game. I have no doubt in the fact that we're going to get good looks against regardless of the opponent. And today we were able to hit some of them, so it really started to fuel our defense, our energy, our talk, and our first 10 minutes were huge. So.
San Diego State, one of the best teams in the Mountain West. You guys came out here and did what you did tonight. Just how much can you really build off of this, and just really looking forward into kind of the rest of Mountain West play, almost as kind of like a get-right game or a kind of jumping game into that?
Well, you definitely always want to keep it rolling. I'll be lying to you if I said that's not the goal, but you got to take it one game at a time. Can't overlook anybody just because you want to win all 5 games at once in a stretch, but we just got to turn all of our attention to Fresno, which is another really good team who does some things schematically that we got to prepare for, especially and they're tough on both ends of the floor. Been playing against them for a long time, so I know what that game is going to look like. So we can't overlook anybody. As much as I want to say this will start a winning streak for us, we just got to take it one game at a time.
Nick, you mentioned you guys, we all know you're good at basketball, but who's good at kickball?
Go ahead and say it. Go ahead and say it. Say it. Please say it. Please. Please.
It was a really close game, you know what I'm saying? But they ended up getting the upper hand on us that day.
Who made the play?
You know,
come on, Nick. Don't do this to me on the camera, man.
Hey, if we did best 2 out of 3, though, Our team winning for sure. But they got the best of us that day.
Nick, you're still obviously a relatively newcomer to this conference, but obviously coming from the Pac-12 to this, I mean, how different has it been? And just, are you surprised at all by how good the competition has been when you look across the league this year?
Oh, it's a great league. I think people just get that mixed up that the lower leagues are not as good or whatever. Mountain West is just as good as a Power 5 conference, in my opinion. So, it's been special to be a part of it, see all of our teams being successful in the Mountain West, and I think that's going to come in handy when we get down to tournament play and going into the March Madness time.
With this kind of being Joe's night, the headband night, do you put any pressure on you guys to come out here and perform and get a win for your mom's birthday?
I wouldn't say pressure. I think it was definitely it was Joe Day. So everybody was showing Joe love today, but he came out and gave us a spark too. He should have dunked that last one, but we gave him some crap for that. But we were definitely lucky and happy to get the win for Joe and Shelton too.
Isaiah, you probably played San Diego State as much as any opponent over the years between the Mountain West tournament and the regular season. A lot of high-level games. Just individually, what does this matchup mean to you? It always seems to be kind of a really tense one.
It's the games that you get up and really dream about, the ones you get up and work for in the summertime, and they've gotten me more than I've gotten them, and it definitely is a driving force just for me being in this league. That's the standard from winning, from individual standpoints, whoever you want to throw out there over the past few years. Heck of a program over there with Coach Dutcher, and those games are always just fun, especially going back to some of the COVID games and even the Mountain West tournament games. The last 2 times we played them have been nail-biters, so it's always fun playing against them.
I know you guys are big on not focusing too much on the past or anything like that, but just given how close that game in Vegas was and you get that 3-quarter lead that dang near goes in, was there a small part of you that was like, all right, we're getting them back this time, especially after the tight run?
I've definitely flushed it. Honestly, I didn't even think about that play. I held on to it a while in the summer. Not saying that was any extra motivation for me, that one shot, but I flushed it. Coming in with a new group, new energy, new motive. We're at a new position in our season too, so we just approached it like that. Just another game on our conference schedule, and they're gonna bring it. So we got to be ready to play.
Was this a good lesson for you guys and a roller coaster? How to deal with the emotions of the season in conference play?
For sure. We're not the only team to go through ups and downs in the season, and we're not going to be the last. We're not the first team to deal with a heartbreak like that up in Laramie. So we knew what it meant to regroup. It wasn't necessarily easy, but we took the steps that we needed as a program, and Coach Medved did an awesome job managing these last 72 hours, making sure that we had our minds in the right place, understanding where our focus needed to be. What's already happened has happened. Now we can do about it now. So.
Did you think about wearing a headband tonight?
I did. If anybody knows, I have one game in my career where I wore a headband. So those pictures are scarce. It was, I want to say, COVID season, Air Force at home. I was about to score my 1,000 point, so I wanted all the pictures to have a headband with it.
Isaiah, where was the kickball? What were the scenes that you guys were doing?
So we played right out here on the softball field. The teams, it was a lot on each. I can't throw out everybody, but my team won. I had the game-winning RBI since Nick didn't want to give me that. But, Pat, I think, scored the game-winning run. Was it Pat on base?
We really should have won. We had some base
You call it
runners.
what you want.
We had some base runners. They jumped the gun a little bit and tried to go early. So we got 2 quick outs, but
You gotta know the rules.
We gonna
You
get
gotta know
our
what
get
you're doing.
back.
You gotta know what you're doing out here.
Get our get back.
It's surprising how many former baseball players we have on our team. Everybody just knew every rule. Everybody knew all the tags and all these different terminologies and everything. It was crazy.
What was the reaction when Joel hits that 3 late? You've driven a couple times, and it seemed like they were basically daring him to shoot it, and then he cashes it in the face.
I think that was a dagger right there, if you ask me. He was patient. He shot it with confidence. It was a strong ball off the back rim, so he let it rip. And he wasn't hesitant about it or anything. And,
Is that kind of emblematic of this team? Everybody's kind of, they're ready in the moment.
Yeah, well, hope so. I hope that's what we look like.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, guys.
Appreciate it.
Appreciate it.